Good day, students. You're welcome to genetics class, and today we're going to be looking at the nucleic acids. The nucleic acids is coming from that particular terminology called the gene, and that is why I'm going to take this topic so that you can be able to have the overall view and knowledge about the nucleic acids. From the word acids, the nucleic acids are acids. That's number one. Number two is that they are found in the nucleus. So the nucleic acids are two in numbers. So the first one is the deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid, that is the DNA. And the second one is ribonucleic acid. That is the RNA. Okay, you can see the difference between these two. For now, the difference is the deoxyribonucleic acid is having the oxyribose sugar, while the ribonucleic acid is having the ribose sugar. Okay, so let's look at the components of the nucleic acid now. The component of nucleic acid, either RNA or the DNA. So the major component of nucleic acid is what is called the nucleotide. It's called the nucleotide. That is the simple unit of nucleic acid. The nucleotide. So when you have repeated units of nucleotides, okay, when we repeat nucleotides several times, units of nucleotide will give us the nucleic acid, either RNA or the DNA. That is good. So the next thing is for us to look at how the nucleotide looks like. The simple unit of a nucleic acid is the nucleotide. So how does the nucleotide look like? The nucleotide, let's have it here. We have the nucleotide. So the nucleotide has three major parts. How many parts? Has three major parts. The first part is called the phosphate group. The phosphate group, and this phosphate is inorganic. It is inorganic. That is why we say inorganic phosphate. Second part of the nucleotide is the ribose sugar. Okay, and that ribose sugar is a 5-carbon sugar. That is, it is a pentose. Pent means 5. Then the next one is the nitrogenous base. Somebody will ask that why do we have all this? We have all this in the past question, either in the JAM or in the WAEC. So you cannot escape it if you're going to have questions on nucleic acid, either DNA or RNA. So we said that the nucleotide is a simple unit of the nucleic acid, and each nucleotide has three parts. The first part is the phosphate group. It is inorganic in nature. Second part is the ribose sugar, and it is the pentose sugar. Then we have the nitrogenous base. Okay, so let's draw a simple structure of a nucleotide. Now, let's start with the sugar. That is the pentose sugar. Okay, so the next one is for us to draw the phosphate group. And the last is for us to draw the nitrogenous base. So this is the phosphate group, this is the pentose sugar, and this is the base. Okay, so this is the structure of a nucleotide. So when we have the repeated unit of the nucleotide, we are going to form what is called a strand. Okay, when we have the repeated unit of nucleotide, we are going to form what is called a strand. Okay, so in the next class, I'm going to show you how we are going to repeat this particular nucleotide and how we are going to form the DNA or RNA. However, before we leave the class, the base, that's nitrogenous base, the nitrogenous base, they are of five, or there are five categories. Number one is uracil. The symbol is U. Uracil, the symbol is U. Then number two is guanine. The symbol is G. Number three is cytosine, and the symbol is C. Then number four is adenine, and the symbol is A. And number five is thymine, and the symbol is T. So these are the five nitrogenous bases we have. Let's repeat together: uracil, guanine, cytosine, adenine, and thymine. So you memorize all these bases before the next class. However, let me give you a particular tip before we end the class. So let's categorize the nitrogenous base. We have purine. We have the purine bases, and we have the pyrimidine bases. Okay, so the purine bases are 2, while the pyrimidine bases are 3. So we have the purine bases, we have the guanine is a purine, guanine is a purine. Then we have the adenine is also a purine base. Okay, while the others, which are the thymine, then we have the uracil, and we have the cytosine. They form the pyrimidine. Somebody will ask, why are we stressing ourselves to group this purine and the pyrimidine? They are found in the past question. In the next class, we're going to see how we're going to form the DNA and the RNA strand. Goodbye.